is Nismo back. So I've got the Nissan ARIYA Nismo edition. We have here probably the most practical Nismo spec car, and it's an electric SUV. This incorporates Formula E technology, the mapping torque delivery through the racing program. The question is, does it still give me those Nismo thrills? So stay tuned to see, is it worth it? And if you do enjoy car content like this, hit subscribe. Let's get right to it. So if you don't know much about Nismo, Nismo stands for Nissan Motorsport. It's the performance arm of Nissan. Used to be its separate company, but now it's part of the Nissan family. So we've had the GTR, the 350Z, the Duke Nismo equivalents. It's the first time Nismo's been back in a while actually within the UK or European markets. You can get the new Z in Australia. I wish I was lucky enough to drive that car. If you're in Australia, let me know what you think. And this year Nismo are celebrating 40 years. So this is sort of like a relaunch for the Nismo essentially, but I was a little bit apprehensive when I first saw this car, especially in an electric SUV. Before I talk about what you get with the Nismo edition, if you do want to see the standard ARIYA, everything else apart from the Nismo attributes are pretty much the same. Just click up there. I have already reviewed that. This shares the same platform as the standard ARIYA. It's still got the all-wheel drive Nissan's e-Force technology, but it has been tinkered with a little bit, and I'll explain more. So starting with the exterior, you've still got the distinctive front Japanese Kamiko design pattern. It's meant to look like a black Japanese shield, but you've still got the beautiful blade daytime running lights. Still distinctly an ARIYA, but this one definitely looks more aggressive. You still got the Nissan badge. Unfortunately, this doesn't light up still in the UK. Can get that to light up in America and other markets. The EU doesn't do that yet, which is a bit annoying. But you've got the Nismo logo here at the bottom, front chin spoiler with the red Nismo accents around here at the front. You've got the front fog lights here. You've got air curtains, which help push air all the way through into the wheel arch, and they alleviate the pressure, making it more aerodynamic. You've also got these tiny little canards here. They actually help to create vortices around the front of the car, and then the wind pushes that through to the back to help it more aerodynamic. Got 20-inch gloss black alloys here. You've got Michelin Pilot Sport EV tyres with the Nismo logo on, and they are specifically designed EV tyres by Michelin. The standard ARIYA tyres were all about efficiency. This is more about grip. They've also got their own code number, so they're a lot more stickier tyres compared to the standard ARIYA. With it being the Nismo, you get this really nice red pipe work all across here, some side curtains here, and that's about it, to be honest. I do still like the two-tone body colour and the dark blacked out rear. So let's have a look at the rear. And first off, with Nismo's involvement in the Formula E, you've actually got an F1 inspired Formula 1 fog light. Again, the red accents here at the bottom. You've got the ARIYA badge at the side, the e-Force badge here, but here you've got a twin diffuser, which is cool. So that helps create drag under the car. But on top, you've got this twin spoiler setup here, where air will be pushed through all the way here and then swoops off the end of this ducktail spoiler. You've even got a rear wiper, blacked out rear privacy glass, and also, for good measure, electronic tailgate. But I won't talk any more about the boot size. I've always liked the interior of the ARIYA, but this kind of just spruces it up a bit. It's very dark in here. You can actually get it with a roof, but they haven't on this press loan from Nissan. But you get this really nice felt soft lining, Alcantara all around the cabin with the red highlights in the middle of the dash and stitched on, so it looks very nice. Japanese patterns around here. You've got the dark red Nismo accents, but not only that, the ambient lighting is all red as well. So you've got the Nismo logo on the dash in there. I love this flat bottom steering wheel with the red marker, looks very sporty. Nissan logo there. You've got all your controls on here. Apart from that, that's pretty much it. Apart from the Nismo, the seats are comfortable. They do look like bucket seats, but they don't really give you that much support. They're not track focused. I suppose this is going to be used as a daily rather than on the track. What is weird compared to the standard ARIYA, you don't get the moving front console. I quite like that, quite unique to the ARIYA. However, you've got a heads-up display, the touchscreen, you get Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, you've got your speedometer, you can even check your torque split as well, your cup holder, you've even got the red accents just around here on the center console, and your cup holders. But your key's not any different. I would have thought you'd have Nismo on the key. So the pretty aesthetics aren't just for show, they actually have quite a big impact on this car. Almost 40% reduction in lift compared to the standard ARIYA. That's what this car is about. It's all about high speed stability for the corners as well. You want to reduce your lift to create more downforce. you get better traction, better acceleration out the corners. It actually starts with a suction through the front canards, and that also creates a vortex. It's all very clever, and the drag coefficient hasn't really changed, and that's quite hard to do. Usually when you're putting spoilers on a car, it kind of increases the drag, but it's still as slippy through the air as the standard ARIYA, so that's pretty good. They've tuned the all-wheel drive setup to be more rear-wheel drive biased rather than front-wheel biased. It's still the same 87 kilowatt battery. They haven't changed the motors, they've just remapped them. They've given 130 brake horsepower more, so it's 429 brakes, so it still garners the same 600 newton meters of torque as the standard ARIYA. So you can even check your torque split, so you can check where that all-wheel drive is sharing that torque between the wheels. And also you get to find out the regenerative braking, how much regen is going back into battery, you can see here. And using the one pedal mode, it's really good, and you can actually glide through the corners without having to brake. But yeah, it definitely picks up more in the mid torque range. It's the same weight as the standard ARIYA, and with Nismo I would have thought they'd shave a bit off the weight. I mean, the upgrades are more in the dynamics and how it drives, obviously the way it looks on the exterior, but the tyres and the way this is all mapped is more for peak performance, definitely not efficiencies. So the driving modes are quite basic. You've got Snow, Eco, Standard and Nismo. I would have thought there'd be some sport in between there, but no, it's just Nismo. When you click on Nismo, you just get a graphic. So picking up straight away, nice and gradual in Nismo mode. Yeah, it's really cool actually. So how stable is it? Still got quite a bit of wind noise. It definitely feels more secure at higher speeds than it did in the standard ARIYA, giving a 0 to 60 in 5 seconds, which isn't amazingly fast. I mean, it's still fast for a sports SUV, but can actually beat a GTR in the 60 to 80. The acceleration pedal definitely feels a lot more responsive. You can just feel it off-weighted. The only thing I feel like they could have changed would be the brakes. The standard vented discs just aren't good enough for a performance car. I would have expected Brembo brakes just for that extra look and package. And if you are going to be taking this on track, I'm guessing they'll probably overheat very quickly. So now the suspension's a little bit disappointing. They've not really changed much. I would have thought it would at least have adaptive dampers or something like that. However, can change the steering setting a little bit, but it doesn't do much. You can tell Nismo have focused this more as a road car. The steering, weirdly enough, is quite light. I would have preferred something stiffer, but the way Nismo have tuned this, they've done it on purpose. So they want you to experience a lighter feel at lower speeds, and it gradually stiffens more for dynamic driving as you increase your speed. Just generally a lot better handling. This is definitely a step up, but I wouldn't say it's massively exciting. I mean, yes, you've got a bit more power. It definitely feels a lot more lively at higher speeds. Getting used to a Nismo with a high seating position. So let's wrap up this video review. I think this is pushing Nismo towards the future for electrification. I like all of the Formula E technology that's trickled down into the road car. I love the way it looks. It's subtle, but yet does stand out. It's practical, it's electric, and a lot more reserved than the hardcore performance we're kind of used to with the brand. I feel like Nismo could have gone that extra step forward, potentially better Brembo brakes, stiffer suspension, a bit more power. There's just these little subtleties that would have just made it go that next step and really rivaled the Ioniq 5N. But instead, it's sort of like a subdued Nismo. It might hit the mark for some if you're wanting a Nismo for the family, but if you're a hardcore Nismo fan, purist like myself, you're probably better off sticking with your GTR, and it's still the benchmark, even if it's no longer with us, unfortunately. God rest its GTR soul. If you found this review helpful, share your thoughts below. Is the ARIYA Nismo worth it? Thanks for watching. I've been Jack. See you again on the next one on Is It Worth It?